Hi, thank you for being here to Take 10. In today's practice, we're going to be getting all twisted. So twists are really good for our liver and our kidneys, which are our filter organs. So they help put pressure on those organs, which helps kind of jumpstart them. And their primary function is to help remove and detoxify any impurities from the blood and from the cells. Twists are also really good for digestion, as they help kind of do the same thing on your internal organs, such as your stomach and your small and large intestines. So let's get right to it. Make sure that you're sitting up tall and with a nice straight spine. Place both hands on your shoulders, and we're gonna have the left leg in front first, and I'm gonna mirror you, meaning we're gonna be going the same direction. So take an inhale here, and then on your take a full exhale, and then this inhale, turn to the left, and then on your exhale, twist to the right. And then same thing, inhale left, exhale right, and we're gonna pick up the pace. Close your eyes, minimize any dizziness. Both strong inhales and exhales. Keep the elbows out wide. We'll just go for 5 more. Come back through center. Switch the crossing of your legs so your right leg is in front. And then inhale to the right, exhale left. And again, pick up the pace here. This dynamic movement with breath here is just kind of awakening all of the stagnant energy from our Sushumna column, which is our spinal column. Maybe you're feeling this in your kidneys, liver, and internal organs as well as you keep twisting around the midsection. Let's just go for 5 more. Come back through center. Inhale as you reach the arms up high overhead. And exhale as you float them back down. All right, open up your legs out wide, flex through your feet and your heels are pointing down as you roll the outer hips underneath you. Lift the arms up out so they're parallel at the sides. Inhale here, and then on your exhale, you're gonna twist over to your left. Keep reaching far with that left hand back behind you. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left. Inhale up, exhale right. Continue here. Keeping the priority on the twist, not on the deepening of the hamstring stretch. So if your hamstrings are getting in the way of you getting a nice twist here, then maybe you just grab the outside of your knee. Try to keep the arms nice and wide, and the collarbones spread nice and wide as well. Let's just go for 1 more on each side. And then come back up to sit, and this time bring your legs together and out long in front of you. This is one of my favorite twisting poses called Bunamanasana. So you're gonna inhale as you reach the arms up overhead. And on your exhale, twist over to the right, plant your hands at a diagonal back behind you, and then lower the chest down in between the hands. And then press back up to a seat. And then exhale, lower down to the left side. And you're trying to keep the hips kind of square, so as you see my left hand is pushing that left hip down. It likely will not stay down, but that will help intensify the spinal twist for you here. Also try to keep pulling your heart at a diagonal away from you to get a little bit deeper into this spinal twist as well. You'll be feeling this also not only in the spine and especially the lower back, but also in the psoas and the front hip flexor on the opposite side of where your hands are. So hands are to the right, I'm feeling this on my left hip flexor and psoas. And then hands are to the left, feeling this on my right hip flexor and psoas. Let's just go for 1 more each side. I hope you guys are enjoying this one as much as I do. And then come back up to seat. From here, step your right foot in and have it about 2 fist distances from your inner thigh and your left inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall, and then reach the right hand back behind you, fingertips facing away from you. From here, you're either going to take your left hand or your left elbow to the outside of that right knee and try to push the knee out to the right as your hand or your elbow is pushing it back in towards the midline, so you're finding some tension there. And then keep twisting through the lower back and keep that left foot flexed here. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. And make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Hopefully you're feeling the detoxification process already start to settle in. Come back through center, and then let's just switch the legs. So left leg in, 2 fist distances from the inner right thigh. Left hand back behind you, fingertips facing away. Sit up nice and tall. Right hand or right elbow is your tension point. Left knee out to the left as you're pushing back on it. Keep spreading wide through the clavicle, the collarbones, and keep that right foot flexed. Look over the left shoulder, 3 breaths. Come back through center. Straighten out the left leg. Inhale, reach the arms up. We'll just take a little counter stretch here. Exhale, just hinge forward at the waist. Kind of letting both of those twists on either side settle in here to a long, straight spine. Last breath. Rise back up. And then we're going to come to a stand and into one of my favorite standing twists. So from a standing position here, step your left foot back and then spin the back heel down as you straighten the front leg and pull that right hip back and the left hip in. And then from here, you're going to turn your hips to the side and reach the left arm up as you come down into your triangle pose here at first. Take an inhale and an exhale. And then take that left hand and spin it down to the ground and to the outside of that right foot, and then reach the right arm up in the air. Here is your twist, your Pasarita Trikonasana, your revolved triangle. Keep hugging that right hip in. Keep pulling the top of the head and your tailbone away from each other. So you're finding length in the spine as well as a nice deep twist. Take 1 breath. And then slowly rise all the way back up. We're just going to flip the feet to the opposite side and do the same thing. So turn the hips open, reach the right arm up as you slide the left arm down, just taking 1 breath here in Trikonasana, extended triangle. And then swim that right hand down into the outside of the left foot. Keep pulling the heart and the crown of the head forward, tailbone back, and then lift the left hand to the ceiling. Make sure to keep hugging that left hip in. Take a breath here. And release. Inhale as you rise back up. And then we'll flip the feet back to the top of the mat. And this time come into a high lunge position. So lift the back heel and then drop down into a nice lunge. From here, bring the hands at heart center and then lean forward and twist over to your right, hooking the outside or hooking your left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Make sure that your thumbs are pressed firmly against your sternum. So you keep pulling the heart forward. And again, tailbone back, right hip in. Full breath here. And then rise back up in your high lunge. We'll just flip to the other side. Lift the back right heel, sink down into your lunge. Pull the heart forward and then twist over to your left, hooking the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Hug the left hip in. Thumb knuckles pressed firmly against your sternum. Reach the heart forward and take a breath. Inhale as you rise back up. Turn the feet towards the long edge of the mat. Reach up. Little counter stretch here as you just fold forward, maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Letting the head hang. Just take one big breath. And then slowly rising back up. Checking in with how the spine is feeling. Hopefully a little bit more clear and refreshed throughout not only the spine, but the entire body and the mood. Thank you very much for joining me here today, and I look forward to practicing with you again tomorrow.